Brett Favre and wide receiver Sterling Sharp control the Green Bay Packers offense with a strong and explosive flair. This record-breaking combination bears the burden of a Packer attack still searching for balance, consistency, and a performance worthy of their lofty expectations. Meanwhile, Monday night, the resurgent Philadelphia Eagles soundly trounced the Chicago Bears. Led by a prolific passing game and a crushing defense, Philadelphia soared to an impressive victory, giving themselves a much-needed emotional lift. Today, emotion will again run high as a familiar face returns to the city of brotherly love. Welcome to Philadelphia, and Veterans Stadium is sold out, and the first of what will be many throwbacks weekends where teams will wear the uniforms of the past. And today, the Green Bay Packers take on the Philadelphia Eagles, and both teams 1-1 coming into today's action. And hello again, everyone. I'm Dick Stockton, and a throwback to some great Philadelphia Eagle defensive teams. Reggie White, the Minister of Defense, comes back to Philadelphia for the first time in the uniform of the Green Bay Packers. But Matt Millen, we're going to shift our focus to what has been a struggling Green Bay offense. And yesterday, Sterling Sharp was visibly frustrated over it all.
Yeah, he was agitated and concerned. Cause of concern, they haven't been running the football well. And if they're not running the football well, then they become a one-dimensional team. And that, of course, is the passing game. And last week, he felt he didn't get enough of the passing game thrown his way. If they're going to do well today, they've got to get the ball fast to Sterling Sharp and do it often.
Tell you, the guy who got the ball to his receivers early and often was Randall Cunningham on Monday night. And no matter how you slice the Eagles, it all comes down to the performance of their quarterback.
Yeah, and, they did something interesting. If you listen to Bradshaw on the pregame show, he told you about that little 3-second clock they did, the basketball clock. That's really helped Cunningham. And what it's done, it's got his mindset to the point where he knows when to get rid of the ball. But more important, it's got his offensive linemen and his receivers in a good cadence.
So one of these teams will go 2-1. And there you get a look at the uniforms of old as the Packers and the Eagles go at it. And we'll return to Veterans Stadium for the opening kickoff after these messages from your local Fox station. Beautiful day here at Veterans Stadium, and a slight breeze and a capacity crowd to see if the Eagles can come back on a short week. Chris Jackie will kick off for the Green Bay Packers. The Eagles, who have won the toss, will get the ball first. Jeff Seidner and Vaughn Hebron are back to receive. And it's heading over toward Hebron at the 2-yard line. Vaughn Hebron brings it out beyond the 30-yard line, and the Philadelphia Eagles will go to work. Randall Cunningham, back-to-back 300-yard games for the first time in his career. And these starting lineups are brought to you by Zima, rookie Bernard Williams, Antone Davis, David Alexander, Lester Holmes, and Broderick Thompson. The offensive line superb Monday night. Herschel Walker and James Joseph in the backfield. Calvin Williams and Fred Barnett, the most prolific tandem of wide receivers in the NFL now, and Mark Bavaro is the tight end. Ball at the 31-yard line. And a play fake, big rush on Cunningham. And the Packers came storming in, and we're going to look at Reggie White today as he came in. Pass was intended for James Joseph. Defensively for the Green Bay Packers, Sean Jones, Steve McMichael, John Yurkovich, and, of course, Reggie White up front. George Kuntz, Fred Strickland, and Bryce Popp are the Packer linebackers, and they're beaten up a bit in the secondary. Doug Evans, George Teague, Tim Hawk is playing in place of Leroy Butler, who has pneumonia, and Terrell Buckley is the other cornerback. It'll be 2nd and 10. Calvin Williams in motion. This time it's James Joseph on the ground, and he picks up maybe a couple. 3rd and long coming up.
3rd and long, and of course that means passing down, and that comes on the shows on the folders. How's that? Falls on the shoulders of Randall Cunningham.
It does that too.
Yeah, and you know what else falls on the shoulders of Cunningham? The entire offense. As Cunningham goes, so go the Philadelphia Eagles. In week 1, very inconsistent. They get the loss. Week 2, he was hot as a pistol, and they get the win.
Nickel defense for the Packers on 3rd and 8. And movement. No penalty marker thrown, and the pass is incomplete. Good coverage back there by the rookie Lenny McGill.
Very good coverage. Good close on the football. And it's a good confidence booster for the rookie out there. You know, McGill's going to draw tough right here. You watch him on Barnett. Watch him breaking the ball. Look at him drive. He's reading the thing the whole way. Good zone defense. Sat back, watched the quarterback make the decision, and then made his own break.
Mitch Berger will kick for the Eagles, who are 3 and out, and Robert Brooks is back deep. Brooks back to the 10-yard line. Great kick by Chris Berger, and a penalty flag is down after a sensational 57-yard kick by Mitch Berger, the rookie from Colorado. And now you see the officials also wearing the caps, emblematic of past days, and the preliminary signal could be against the Eagles. Our referee is Gary Lane in a face mask call against Philadelphia.
Personal foul, 15-yard face mask, number 44 on the kicking team, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Watch it come right at the end. There's the hand that's attached. And, you know, sometimes it happens. We said last week, a hand will get caught in there, and it's really tough to get it out.
Mark Woodard was the guilty party, so that took the Packers out of deep trouble as a result of the penalty. So it's a first down for Brett Favre on the Green Bay 35. Brooks goes in motion. And the give is to Edgar Bennett. Edgar Bennett breaks one and gets a first down and a gain of 13 yards. So Brett Favre, who was nearly replaced at halftime by Mike Holmgren last week, was that ineffective in the first half as the Packers were blown out. Up front, Ken Rutgers, Frank Winters, Jamie Dukes, Harry Galbraith, and Paul Hutchins is starting in place of the injured Joe Sims. Reggie Cobb and Bennett in the backfield, Sterling Sharp and Robert Brooks the receivers, and Ed West the tight end. A first down on the Green Bay 48. Now they send Sharp to the top. And Favre is going to him immediately, and McMillan makes the tackle. He's undersized, and he made the tackle and a gain of only 3 for Sharp and the Packers there. Defensively for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they've gotten a lot better defensively. Greg Townsend, William Perry, Andy Harmon, and William Fuller. Fuller especially has been tough. In the linebackers, William Thomas, Byron Evans in the middle, and Bill Romanowski. Eric Allen and Mark McMillan the corners, and Greg Jackson and Michael Zordich the improved safeties for the Eagles. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Way over here.
And a play fake, and Favre is going to be sacked. Back at the original line of scrimmage, and Greg Townsend, the former L.A. Raider, and a loss of 1.
You know, it's funny, when you watch this game today, you're really almost going to see two offenses that mirror each other. A lot of things come down on the shoulders of the quarterback. It's the same deal as it is in Philadelphia and in Green Bay. Sharp has to carry the offense. It's important for them to get out and establish the run early. It's trite. It's talked about each week. But you have to at least try it and have a little success.
It'll be 3rd down and 8. Here comes pressure on Favre. And his pass intended for Anthony Morgan on the sideline. He was open despite the nickel defense by the Eagles, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, he got some pressure. Favre's going to have to... Remember last week he came out and he got rattled early? He's got to settle down. He's an emotional guy. He's one of those guys that if things go wrong early, it carries into the 2nd, sometimes 3rd quarter. That's why it's important for him to have completions and success early.
There is Jeff Seidner, who is back to receive the kick from Craig Hentrick. There's a flag now. Fair catch called for by Seidner, who fields it on the 17-yard line, but a penalty upfield. And a legal procedure called against the Packers. So do the Eagles want it on the 17
Illegal
or they want to
formation.
re-kick?
Offense, number 22, lined up in the backfield. Only 6 men on the line. Penalties decline. First down.
So Randall Cunningham will go to work again. No score. Each team has had the ball once here at the Vet. Matt Millen back at Veterans Stadium, no score. Last week against Miami, Fritz Shermer, the Packers defensive coordinator, had Green Bay in a nickel against Dan Marino and got burned with the run. He has a regular defense out there now. It'll be first down on the 18-yard line. We're going to try to run with Herschel Walker off the right side. And Walker has a first down. Kuntz and Buckley on the stop. And a gain of 13 yards for Walker, who gained 72 yards against the Bears on Monday.
You know, it's funny. Sometimes you talk about the running games of both teams. Herschel Walker for the Philadelphia Eagles is a guy you kind of forget. And he's going to get outside in the corner. A nice job by Josephs right here. See the block right there? That allows him to get just enough. And, you know, Herschel Walker, we talked to him yesterday. Herschel Walker says, look, I am not only the best conditioned running back in the league, but he said, I'll lay a wager to anybody. I'm the fastest running back in this league, even now.
Proved it against the Giants with that great run after the catch. First down on the 31. Cunningham to throw. And it's caught by James Joseph. And a good gain of at least 6 yards on that play. And Doug Evans, the cornerback, making the tackle.
And I think right there you're seeing what that 3-second clock does for Cunningham. Remember, we talked about it, and Bradshaw talked about it in the pregame show. Richie Kotite went out up to the Jets to practice, and he saw on the sideline that they had a basketball clock that was winding down to give him the entire offense a sense of timing. He liked it so much he brought it here. He ordered it, didn't get here on time, had to wait for a part. Now he has it, and Cunningham's getting used to a quicker throwing rhythm.
Second down and 4. And James Joseph off the left side. You know, that idea for the 3-second clock came from Ali Sherman, who was Rich Kotite's coach when he played for the New York Giants in the 60s. And he talks to Ali Sherman, who is still kind of a father to him, and he was the one who first gave Richie the idea. And of course, the two have remained very close. Kotite, who played at Wagner College in Staten Island and was a member of some successful Giant teams. Third down and 2 for the Eagles on their 39. No score here in the first quarter. Two tight ends for Philadelphia. Going to throw on 3rd and 2, and he hits his man, Maurice Johnson. And that second tight end gives the Eagles another first down.
You know, it's interesting how this offense with the Philadelphia Eagles with Randall Cunningham was a guy who would go back and hold the ball. You know, everybody went to the 3-step drop, get rid of the ball. And here they were. They had just let it go. And now, all of a sudden this year, it hits them. We got to let Randall get rid of the ball quicker. You can see 2 seconds, that ball's gone.
And Rich Kotite said it kind of keeps everyone on his toes, makes practice a lot more interesting this way. First down on the 46. And Yurkovich might have been drawn offside. We'll wait for Gary Lane to tell us.
Talk about
encroachment defense. Number 64, 5-yard penalty.
There's a throwback. John Yurkovich, he's the original throwback. Heck, he sat out there before the game. You know, he's got one of those bodies that a garbage truck driver would be proud of. In fact, see this right here? One of the trainers went and painted some abs on because he said he'd never get any kind of definition other than this. See that?
He doesn't need a uniform to be a throwback. First and 5 now following the penalty. On the Packer 49, Walker has nowhere to go. And loses 1 yard on the play. Terrell Buckley finally got in, but that was great penetration by the Packers.
Yeah, great penetration by Reggie White. It's interesting, the other night, Reggie White got very frustrated against the Dolphins. They were not running at him at all. In fact, at one point in the game, he turned to Ron Heller, the offensive tackle, and said, what the heck's going on? Nobody's running over here. He said, hey, I asked them not to run over here. Well, look, the second run, first and second run that the Eagles have done has gone right to Reggie White.
And he said he was going to be nervous coming back home and thought he'd get a great reception. It was mixed, but more cheers than boos. Second down and 6 at midfield, and Cunningham hangs in there, and a great catch that time by Fred Barnett will give the Eagles another first down. A pickup of 12 yards, and the Eagles are moving, and they're mixing their plays. Tim Hawk defending that time.
And they're also getting great protection. The offensive line was concerned, obviously, with Reggie White. They're also concerned with Sean Jones, number 96. See, they keep a tight end in him to help the rookie Williams. Then Williams comes out, gives Cunningham enough time to find a seam Barnett with a first down.
The Eagles are driving in a scoreless game, and a full house here at the Vet here in Philadelphia. First down on the Green Bay 39. Play action and a lot of time for Cunningham. And Buckley with a fine play on the pass intended for Calvin Williams, and Terrell Buckley couldn't have played that any better.
Very, very well. Ran stride for stride, kept good position, played the ball when it got in the air. You know, sometimes one of the problems Terrell Buckley has is judgment on the football. When the ball's in the air, he'll be in great position, but the ball comes down and he just loses his judgment. Right here, he's in perfect position, understood where the ball was, and made the play.
You know the Eagles will be throwing at the Packers today because they have 3 safeties, and they're hurt as well with injuries to the cornerback, Roland Mitchell. Second down and 10. James Joseph. And a gain of 3 yards.
You know, defensively, the Green Bay Packers were really embarrassed last week. They went in there thinking pass against Marino, and they came out of there thinking, not only did we not defend the run well, but we tackled terribly, particularly in the secondary. Now, this week they had a bunch of people banged up, and they couldn't really practice in tackling, so the first tackling practice they're getting all week is today in the game.
McGill and Harris, they have 6 defensive backs, the dime defense on 3rd and 7 as Cunningham goes into the shotgun. And pressure on Randall. And going deep into the end zone, and the pass is intercepted. An interception back there
Terrell
by Buckley, who has made 2 scintillating defensive plays on this series, and that snuffs out an Eagle bid.
If scintillating is good, then Buckley just did it.
Victor Bailey was the intended receiver. It never got to him. Randall Cunningham has thrown his first interception of the year. Talking with Zeke Bratkowski, former Packer, by the way, and Eagles quarterback coach. First down after the touchback for the Packers on the 20. And the handoff is to Cobb. Reggie Cobb just gets a couple.
That interception, there was a couple things going on. One of the things the defenses are doing now in this league is to show all blitz and then drop linemen out of there. It's exactly the look you got. Watch right here. They're going to look like they're going to get a 6 all-out blitz, and then he's going to drop back into coverage. Now they're going to go with the zone. You see right there, there's the coverage. Now they got their underneath. Now Bailey turns, and Buckley wheels. Actually, if the ball had been thrown more on a line instead of with air under it, that could have been 6.
Second down and 7 on a passing formation, and a quick drop and a drop pass. Ed West had it and dropped it, and that'll be 3rd down, and a little bit of encouragement from Brett Favre to his tight end.
Well, you can forget encouragement. He doesn't need that. He needs a caught ball.
This is Dick Stockton, along with Matt Millen of Fox Sports, welcoming viewers around the world, especially in Canada, Germany, Mexico, and the United Kingdom. And we know you're enjoying this game as much as our viewers here at home on the Fox Network. 3rd down and 7. Carr is going to run it. The first down. Eric Allen caught up with him. 8-yard pickup. You don't expect Favre to be running as much, but as Cunningham. But let's see where they spot the ball, and it is a first down for the Packers.
Well, he will take off and run. One thing that I've always loved about Brett Favre is he's very, very competitive. And if he has to slide, he'll slide. But if he has to run through somebody, he'll do that too. You saw right there, he wasn't about to slide. He wanted the first down, put his shoulders square, and went right ahead.
Packers are concerned with their so-called firepower. Right now it's just Favre and Sharp, and they've got to develop some others. First down on the 31, Reggie Cobb with a flag down immediately. So Cobb testing the middle of the line again for a minimal gain.
that they've not had consistency in their running game for a couple of reasons. You know, they've lost some people in the offensive line that they really needed. Get the call here for Lane.
Offside defense, number 53, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, still first
Bill
down.
Romanowski.
Yeah, so they lose Guy McIntyre, and that hurts, and they really haven't settled on the right tackle. Hutchins been in and out. And they really don't have the kind of back that is the carry-the-load kind of back. The one guy who always surfaces in their running game whenever he touches the football has been Edgar Bennett. And I think the coaching staff of the Packers have been learning that, and we'll see more and more of Edgar Bennett as the year goes on.
And maybe the rookie LaShawn Johnson, who's got a world of speed. 1st and 5. Here is Edgar Bennett, and the Eagles were ready for him. No gain on the play, and Michael Zordich, 2 big hard-hitting safeties. There's Zordich, the former Cardinal.
Yeah, the one thing that hasn't changed in Philadelphia is that the safeties will always come up and whack somebody. You see Greg Jackson, 47, Zordich there, 36. Now, they have more range than what they've had the last couple of years, but what they haven't and lost at all is the ability to come up and whack somebody on the run.
Eagles, by the way, are wearing replicas of their 1948 NFL championship. 2nd down and 5. And a flag down and the pitch to Bennett again. Bennett carries out to the 40-yard line. He'll be shy of the first down by about a yard. And yet another penalty. It was Greg Jackson stopping him.
Offside defense, number 53, lined up in the neutral zone.
The second time in this series that Bill Romanowski has lined up in the neutral zone.
You see the difference this year as opposed to last. Now, last year, the official would have come up and they would have warned him. You can see Romo right up top here, number 53. They would have come up and warned him and said, move back a little bit. This year, they're not going to do that. They're just going to throw the flag. That's the second one he's got.
First down on the 41-yard line, and Romanowski with 2 penalties on this series. Charles Jordan, former Raider, number 80, has come in the game at wide receiver for Green Bay. On the screen, here's Bennett. And Edgar Bennett dives into Eagle territory. He set a career mark with 10 receptions against the Miami Dolphins last week and a gain of 9.
Always productive. Edgar Bennett always makes something happen. Yeah, he's an interesting guy. When I study him, there's a couple things that I see. And first of all, Edgar Bennett, he always got a smile on his face. See, this is not uncommon, but he plays mad. Second thing, he always shows up. Every time you put the film on, Edgar Bennett's always making a play. And you know, the thing is, I like, he's one of the best cut man, if not the best cut man in the business. When it comes to blocking, he won't take you high. He'll go and take your legs right out from underneath you.
How can you be mad and have a smile? Here is Favre. Play action going deep for Jordan. Incidental bumping downfield. Favre was looking for the call and didn't get it. Eric Allen was covering a very fast wide receiver downfield in Charles Jordan.
Well, in speaking with Sherman Lewis, the offensive coordinator of the Packers, he told me, look, one thing we haven't done and we need to do, but we've got to push the ball downfield. Now, even if you don't get the completion, you can see Sherman right here. Even if you don't get the completion, what you do is you start pushing the defense, and that starts opening things in the middle up for Sterling Sharp.
3rd and 1, Cobb and Bennett back in the backfield. And driving forward, it'll be close. Edgar Bennett and William Perry. You take your chances when you run right into William Perry, and we may have a measurement, and we talked to him the other day. He's happy in Philadelphia. The only thing, he didn't find any bass while fishing in his pond in the backyard on Friday.
I talked to him, you know, I said, are you still getting your fishing done? Yeah, every single day. He said, I got a pond out back. I said, he said, a terrible day the other day. I went, no fish at all.
Put him in a bad mood. And it'll be a first down. Packers keep the ball.
You know, we've talked about Bridge Perry there, about what he's brought to this Philadelphia Eagle defense. 2 things you have to remember. First of all, as long as he stays low, nobody's going to run at him. He's too big and he's too strong. And second thing he does, is he takes the cutback away, because if you run away from him, he's certainly not going to fly over there, so you got to come back to him.
First down on the Eagle 48. Here's Reggie Cobb. And he's wrestled down, and a flag. William Thomas. Is that a late hit?
I don't know, but I'll tell you, there's a ton of flags so far in this game.
Every play, it seems, Matt, that we're getting a yellow, which is very close to the mustard colored on the Packers blue and gold uniforms today.
And they're saying it's against the Packers.
Mike Holmgren said his team practiced a lot better this week.
Offense, number 52, 10 yards from the end of the run.
Frank Winters.
Repeat first down.
He's the left guard.
Which is a switch for him, because he's usually the center. But with Guy McIntyre out, they take Winters from center, move him to guard, then bring Jamie Dukes in and put him at center.
Already 5 penalties in the ball game, and Bud Carson, who's flashing in the defensive signals to the Eagles. LaShawn Johnson, Charles Jordan, and Anthony Morgan have all come in for the Packers on 1st and 15. They've got 4 wide receivers in there.
And when LaShawn Johnson's in the game, he's in there for a reason. They want to get him the football.
They give him the football, but the Packers close down the middle. LaShawn Johnson, a rookie from Northern Illinois, a 3rd-round pick, and he's got the speed element that the Packers lack otherwise.
And the Green Bay Packers have got to find a complement to Sharp. And if they don't find the complement, then they've got to say, look, Sterling Sharp's our guy, we know that. Then we've got to figure out a way to get the ball into his hands as much as we can. And so far today, first quarter, he's got 1 catch. Now, the running game has been working a little bit, but if it slows down, then Sharp's got to be even bigger.
10th play of the drive, Eagles expect pass. They have their extra backs, but a pass is caught. Rich Miano is all over the back out of the backfield. Oh, that was Morgan, Anthony Morgan, and a gain of 9 yards.
Yeah, but a nice job by Favre of showing some patience and not trying to get the whole thing. He gives himself 3rd and about 6 instead of trying to go for the whole ball of wax. Now he gives himself an opportunity and not a bad field position to work from.
There is no score with just about a minute to go. 3rd down. The Packers are 2 for 3 today. They're on the Eagle 43. And the pass to Edgar Bennett, and he'll have the first down. Edgar Bennett got the foot over the marker, and Otis Smith wrestled him out of bounds, but not before the Packers continue the possession with another first.
That was very nicely done with Edgar Bennett. You know, in speaking with the coaches, they told me, Edgar Bennett, you're right, Matt, when I said he shows up, that this is a guy that we're really going to start to use more. Mike Holmgren told me, you know, he didn't even know how far Edgar Bennett could go. They have a feeling that this guy has an opportunity to turn into something special.
Mike Holmgren in his 2nd year came from the 49ers. Packers have had the ball since Buckley's interception in the end zone. This could be the last play of the first quarter. Favre's pass is dropped with 19 seconds to go, so we'll get another play.
Can't happen. That shouldn't happen for Sterling Sharp. If you're going to complain about not getting the football, and then you get the football, then you can point yourself. He knows it too. You got to make something happen. You've got to be the guy that gets the offense going, the catalyst. And now, here comes your shot, and he tries to run. You can see he takes his head, looks upfield. He tries to run before he has control of the ball.
But that's the first time they've gone to Sterling Sharp. 2nd time in this game. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 19 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Favre pass. He had West, the underman, and he had Sterling Sharp back, and Favre talking about how that pattern might have been broken off.
Yeah, but he did the right thing. He threw it down low and threw it away. Because McMillan had great coverage on Sharp on the end.
Favre 4 for 8 thus far. 3rd down and 10. 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter. going to fire, and wide open is Reggie Cobb. He'll have the first down inside the 10 and scores a Packer touchdown. Well, there was no one on that side of the field.
And Richie Kotite's a little bit mad because he thought that Favre was over the line.
It was close.
Cobb just snuck out into the flat. Coverage was all downfield. There was nobody on the left side. And then a missed tackle at the end allowed them to get into the score.
37-yard play. Reggie Cobb with a touchdown reception, the first of the year for Cobb, and the Packers lead 6-0. Chris Jackie with the extra point, and with 5 seconds remaining in the first quarter, it's the Packers who get on top first, 7-0. Pause to celebrate.
On the Cobb touchdown from Favre, the Eagles get caught. William Thomas, 51, loses Cobb in the zone. Now, the rule of thumb in zone is stay as wide as the widest when you're underneath. Now, he loses him right here. That allows Cobb to end up out here wider than Thomas. The other thing that happens on the other end is Eric Allen carries his man in, and by the time he can recover, it's there on the 3-yard line, misses the tackle, and it's a touchdown. Now, Favre follows him, knows all the way. See how he looked the whole field over, looked to the left, and then, heck, he knows he's going to score, so he goes heck and follows him all the way down.
And he was indeed in back of that line of scrimmage when he let go of the ball, which was questioned by Rich Kotite, it seemed. So the Packers and Favre. Boy, Favre really had a terrible day last Sunday, and Mike Holmgren told him, he said, I was going to think of bringing Ty Detmer in the second half. You just weren't doing it. I still love you, but I was going to make the change. First down for the Eagles on their 12 as we start the second quarter. And a fake. And a good one for Cunningham. And the pass is caught to Mark Bavaro. Tight end has a first down, hit by George Kuntz. And a 13-yard gain.
And he had some time to throw the football. One of the major concerns, obviously, was Reggie White. So what are they going to do with him? Heck, they're going to double him. Watch them drill Lester Holmes and Broderick Thompson. They just whack him, throw him out of there. That allows Cunningham to have some time to get rid of the ball. The other thing they do is they roll Cunningham, use his feet to buy him some time. That allows him to find Bavaro in the middle of that zone.
First down on the 25. Maurice Johnson. 2 tight ends for the Eagles, and Cunningham's pass is dropped by Barnett. We've seen a lot of drops on both sides so far early in this game.
Yeah, I never understood that. In the professional league at this level, when their receivers as good as Barnett, Sterling Sharp, the ball's right in their hands, and they drop it. That shouldn't happen. There's no excuse for that. You see the pattern. You see he turns Buckley around in the zone. The ball's low. It's just got to be caught.
Gilbert Brown and Gabe Wilkins are in defensively. There's Barnett, who's off to a terrific start as McMichael goes to the sidelines for the Packers. 2nd and 10. Cunningham goes the other way.
That's a nice shot.
Crunching hit.
Yeah, and Bryce Pop, they just lowered the boom on him.
And they lowered the boom on a big guy, Herschel Walker, who picks up 2.
Yeah, and those kind of hits happen when you're in zone coverage. Because you drop back and you see everything develop in front of you. You can see the quarterback and the receiver. And then when the ball's in the air, you make your break, and then sometimes you get a great shot.
Dime defense for the Packers on 3rd down and 8. And Reggie White, I believe, got in there and got a hand on it. So Reggie White has already made his presence felt in his return to Philly.
Yeah, they moved him from the outside now to the inside. You see, they put Pop outside. Now Lester Holmes bites outside quick. He gets way ahead of him, and that allows Reggie to come back up inside. You can't ever, with Reggie White, you can't rely on one thing. Because if you try to sit for power, he'll beat you with speed. And if you try to sit to the outside for speed, then he'll bury underneath.
Ball actually came out of Cunningham's hand. Here's Mitch Berger to kick. Robert Brooks back at the 25. And he is dead in his tracks. Great coverage by the Eagles, particularly Al Jackson, the rookie. 49-yard kick. The MetLife Blimp Snoopy 1 has teamed up with Fox Sports to provide you with a bird's eye view of Veterans Stadium today, and what a beautiful view it is. There's Snoopy, and there are the Packers on the 28-yard line. Morgan in motion, and Edgar Bennett trying to go off the left side. That is the 8th rush of the game for the Packers, and that's one more than they had all of last week against Miami. And Mike Holmgren got some criticism for the fact that they didn't run the ball more than 7 times all day because they were behind.
Well, I mean, it's not like he went out there and said, today we're going to run 7 plays, and that's it. If we go past 7, that's it, I'm finished. The game dictated the fact that he had to throw the football. I mean, they just got behind, they couldn't get anything done, so they just started throwing it.
2nd down and 10. Let the word go out, he's run 8 times today. Favre looks one way, and the pass underneath to Sterling Sharp. The Eagles surround him immediately and pick up a 5 yards.
Interesting talking with Sterling Sharp last night about how he viewed the passing game. He said, you know, looking at defenders, they're reading me just like I'm reading them. That's part of the game of football. He said, in the passing game, the transition between the pass, when the ball is snapped and when it's thrown, that's what makes a good receiver. And that's where he excels.
I never heard it put that way. 3rd and 4. Gets a big rush, but gets it off to Brooks. And Robert Brooks has a Packer first down and a gain of 12 yards on the play. Brooks has been a little shaky, and Mike Holmgren told us they need a better play from him.
Yeah, you see Favre and Eric Allen talking to each other. He's going to get some heat right off the corner. You can see Favre, look, he knows it's coming, and guess who it is? See that right there? Eric Allen, 21. Now he knew where Brooks was, so he hit him quick. And a nice shot right at the end there. And when the play was over, then Eric Allen walked up to Favre and said, how'd you do that? My hands are right in front of you. Must have thrown right between them.
He's clicking a lot better so far today. First down on the 46 of Green Bay, and Reggie Cobb is hit immediately by Zorich after a gain of 1. And right now, for a McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown in our Hollywood studio.
All right, Dick, I know Matt likes a good hit, but he also can enjoy a good run. Take a look at Terry Allen of Minnesota leaping 4 yards for the score. First rushing touchdown given up by Chicago this year. Minnesota on top 7-0. That in a second. Let's go back to Philadelphia. Dick and Matt.
Another one of those intense NFC Central battles. We saw one last week with Minnesota and Detroit. 2nd down and 9. Favre fires, and it's caught by Sterling Sharp. And he's got a first down again for the Packers. Eric Allen on the tackle. He is so tough. But I'll tell you, the Eagles are not letting him get away after he catches the ball.
Well, that's the key with Sterling Sharp. You have to always make the tackle. And that was classic San Francisco-style offense. You take Edgar Bennett, they swing him out in the flat, which makes the linebacker have to widen. William Thomas gets wide, and that opens up that intermediate zone where Sharp works hard.
Sharp has gone out of the game for a breather. So far, the Packers have passed 5 more times than they have run.
Yeah, basically balanced, though.
On the 43-yard line of the Eagles. Rushed again, and this time Byron Evans came up the middle. Got a hand on the ball.
And Robert Brooks saw something, and Favre saw something. And right at the line of scrimmage, they went with an audible, and Brooks started waving a hand signal. You can see that he sees the foot, see? So he gives it the signal, and Favre comes back and acknowledges they just came through and blocked the ball. But they were on the same page.
Both teams are getting good pressures so far. 2nd and 10. Reggie Cobb on the carry.
Hey, there's a surprise, another flag down today.
That must be, I think, at least our 6th penalty of the ball game as Sterling Sharp returns to the action.
defense. Number 53 lined up in the neutral
That's
zone.
the third time Bill Romanowski has lined up illegally.
You'd have thought he'd have learned by now. Bill Romanowski, although he's been offsides 3 times today, is a player that they're very excited about. They didn't think he was that good of a blitzer, nor that he was that good at man-to-man coverage, so they got a plus when they got him.
He just has to stay out of the neutral zone. 2nd and 5.
Maybe you don't know what it is.
Edgar Bennett in motion, wide left. Pass right, and it's high and off of Sterling Sharp's hands.
Second drop today by Sharp. Can't happen. And because the kind of offense that they have, they really rely on the shorter passing game. And you can see now 5 for 9, under 5 yards. You know, all those are long handoffs. 3 for 4, and they went down twice. They're 0 for 2. The majority of their offense comes, as you can see, of the 90s. They had 60 yards in the 0 to 5 yard range.
3rd down and 5 coming up. Bert Grossman is in, and the Eagles are going to use all 8 of their defensive linemen and rotate them today. Packers with an edge in total yardage. Carr going for Ed West, his tight end. And good coverage on the play by Rich Miano. And that will bring up 4th down, and the Packers will have to kick it away. They lead 7-0 here in the 2nd quarter. The Eagles have won the last 3 games played here at Veterans Stadium between these clubs. In fact, the last time Green Bay was victorious here in Philadelphia was back in 1962. Craig Hendrick will kick, and Seidner is back for the Eagles. Good kick, and it's going to be down by the Packers inside the 5-yard line.
Nice play by the rookie McGill.
McGill has made 2 good plays today, one on special teams. Skyline of Philadelphia. And the Liberty Bell emblem on top of the stadium. You see how much the wind is blowing. Who makes those footballs, Matt? Do you have any idea?
Just a hunch, but I think it's Wilson. I don't know, just taking a guess.
1st down on the 5. You peek. There's Joseph off left tackle. By day, he's a brilliant man of science. No, not Matt. But when darkness falls, he becomes every criminal's worst nightmare. See why critics say Mantis could join the X-Files as a cult favorite. Catch all new episodes of Mantis and the X-Files this Friday evening, beginning at 8, 7 Central.
I don't think he's in the neutral zone now. He's probably happy.
Second down and 7, and another running play up to the 9-yard line again. Up the middle is Walker.
You can hear the boos going right now.
They booed Rich Kotite. They booed Rich Kotite after 2 running plays against the Bears, but they didn't boo him anymore. That is Zeke Bratkowski, the quarterback coach with Kotite. Bratkowski, by the way, was a backup to Bart Starr at Green Bay for many of those years, where the Packers and Vince Lombardi dominated. 3rd down and 6 now on the 9-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the left. Sean Jones might have moved, and Herschel Walker makes the reception at the 15. Penalty flag down.
There's Dwight Andre Sean O'Neal Jones. We used to call him Dasso J.
Couldn't get that whole name on the uniform.
Offsides, defense. Number 96. Penalties decline. 1st down.
And the free play gives the Eagles a 1st down. Walker got the necessary yardage.
Well, he jumped the count, and he's working over Bernard Williams, the big rookie. Now, that's an interesting matchup because those are 2 huge men. 6'7" for Sean Jones, 6'8" for Bernard Williams. Both of them have huge long arms.
And a timeout has been called, and we'll be back. Along with Matt Millen, Dick Stockton here at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. The Packers are in front 7-0. here in the second quarter. The Packers have used their first timeout, and the Eagles will have a first down on their 16-yard line. Cunningham throwing up the middle, and it's caught by Joseph. Bryce Pop defending on the play, and a gain of 5.
Yeah, but nice protection. Bernard Williams working on Sean Jones again. Two big men. The battle of the giants, 6'8" and 6'7". You can see Sean Jones is a guy right here that really likes to try to use his arms. He'll knock hands down. He'll try to get to your shoulder. But this man, Bernard Williams, his arms are even longer. So it just becomes a game of position and push and pull.
Reminds the Eagles of Clyde Simmons. Second down and 5. Again, Cunningham to the air. Pass underneath to Joseph. James Joseph, who can play many positions with another reception and a 10-yard pickup. First down, Eagles.
What you're going to see again with the protection and time, watch Bernard Williams how he sets. The one thing you'll always notice with him is even though he gets out of position, he has the feet to be able to come back. He's got that basketball player kind of ability, and that's good in this, especially for that tackle position.
Number 1 draft pick out of Georgia. A lot of shifting in the Eagle front this year. First down on the 31-yard line. And the give is to Herschel Walker, and Walker is stopped at the 30. Bernard Williams, you took a study of this guy in your file.
Yeah, and he interested me because he's got so much ability, you want to know what he's about. And the first thing you notice, he's got those long arms, but he has the great feet. You never really see him on the ground. Second thing, he's got the perfect lineman mentality. You can slap him, yell at him, it doesn't matter. The thing that he's got to improve on, strength. Strength really right now is his weakness. And he's at a disadvantage in the weight room because the long arms. He almost gets embarrassed because he goes in there. He's a longer way to push the bar, and he doesn't want to go in because people smaller are doing more.
Second down and 11. Cunningham is sacked back at the 20-yard line, and that time it was Gilbert Brown.
Nick, you see right there, Gilbert Brown makes the sack. Sean Jones takes the weakness of Bernard Williams' strength. Now watch, he'll work upside. Now watch, he just decides to power him. Take him and push him right back into the quarterback, and that allowed Gilbert Brown to come back after Reggie White had collapsed inside.
So you always have to watch where Jones and White line up, and sometimes guys like Brown clean up as he did there, and a loss of 8 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and forever, 3rd and 19 for the Eagles. 5:20 to go in the first half. Screen pass goes out to Walker. And Herschel is driven down by George Booth and his friends. And it'll bring up 4th down. And the fans are booing once again.
Reggie, this you?
This is a tough crowd, as it usually is. This is one of the tough cities, as you know, in all sports.
I tell you, get no respect.
Rodney.
But that's going to happen, and I tell you, Kotite knows that, and he's not going to let it get to him. He said, look, the day that a crowd dictates me to make a call, the day I get out of the game.
Joe Kiharic, a former Eagle coach, says you start listening to them, you're going to be sitting with them. Robert Brooks is back, and Mitch Berger to kick. End over end, and a chance for a return for Brooks. On the 35, he's got the kicker to beat. We saw that before in New York. 52-yard punt return.
I got to tell you, Berger did a great job of not allowing Brooks to make the touchdown. You could see as Brooks broke through how he was trying to set up Mitch Berger. He'll see the lane. He knows where it's set. Now, hit the lane. There's right. Now, watch again. Watch how he tries to set up the kicker. Work inside to get him turn his shoulders. He doesn't do it. Tries to do it again and make him turn his feet. Still doesn't do it. And then Berger just slows it down enough to allow Britt Hager to come back and push him out of bounds.
And a penalty against Green Bay.
Forget I said any of that. It didn't matter.
Here he is again. Didn't count, folks.
Watch how he tried to square him back. See, to make Berger turn his shoulders. It didn't happen.
Always return team. From the spot of the valve, 15 yards, first down.
That is a critical penalty against the Green Bay Packers. They would have had the ball deep in Eagle territory. Instead, the Packers will have the ball inside their 30.
Clearly hit him from behind. That was the penalty. But look at the lane. Look at the lane right here for Brooks to run through. Very well set up and executed. And then again at the end, watch him try to make Berger turn back. He can't, and then he makes the tackle.
Packers lost 58 yards as a result of that penalty, nullifying the return. First down on the 29. Screen pass to Bennett. And Bennett is stopped by Bert Grossman. An 8-yard pickup. One of the Eagle defenders had missed a tackle. Grossman winds up finishing the job.
Talking to Bert Grossman the last couple of days, you know, Bert Grossman is an avid antiques collector, and he likes period stuff. And he told me he's got a nice highboy in the works, but he just can't get the guy down enough. He said he'd love to have it, but he's still too high on the price. He wants to bring it down.
Are you bidding for him on the air now, or what?
Yeah, he said if I can make a deal, I get half of it.
Sounds like it. Second down and 2, and on a reverse, here's Charles Jordan. And he'll spin his way for the first down. And another penalty flag is down. They ought to just make a recording of the fact that I'm saying penalty down and just play it every play the way it's going. And it appears to be against the Packers again. That'll nullify the first down.
Penalties always kill you.
Holding. Offense, number 86, from the end of the run, 10-yard penalty, remains second down.
Ed West, the tight end. But when you're trying to get the offense moving and get a little bit of rhythm going, they just absolutely hammer you. If you're going to get a penalty, make sure it's 30-0 when you get it, where it doesn't really kill you.
Well, they had 2 penalties that really killed them. 52-yard punt return nullified, and then a first down brought back. As a result, it'll be second down and 7. Favre up the middle. Tell you what, firing Evans put a crunching hit on Edgar Bennett you could hear anywhere in the Delaware Valley.
Again, that is a thing of beauty. You sit back in his zone, he can read the guy coming into his zone, and then, hey, all you do is just run right through him. Don't stop your feet. Watch in. Watch the head snap. Boom! That doesn't do it any justice. Watch it at regular speed. Well, I love to see that.
I guess you do. You used to do it. You inflicted enough of that. Third down and 5, and the Packers will use their second timeout. Bennett is shaken up. We'll be back to check on him when we return. Back at Veterans Stadium. Packers with a third down and 5 on their 34-yard line. Darrell Thompson joins Reggie Cobb in the backfield. Cobb is in motion. Favre with one pump. Off balance, completes the pass to Sterling Sharp, and he's got the first down for Green Bay. He didn't even need the reach. McMillan on the tackle, a gain of 7.
And that was nice. Now, he had the time, but he didn't have an open receiver. So he'll buy time by rolling back out. Watch how the protection forms right here. See, good protection. Now he's looking. He doesn't get West. Now he knows Sharp is here, so he'll buy time by rolling. Sharp understands and rolls to the middle. Comes up with a reception.
Shows you how strong Favre is to make that kind of throw with something on it. On the 41, pressure on Favre. He might have lost the ball. The Eagles were going after it. Evans was one of the perpetrators in there, and a loss of 2 yards.
Yeah, they brought Evans, they brought Romanowski, they came with a blitz. One of the concerns the Packers had, they knew that Bud Carson's defense was going to dog him. You can see Romanowski coming off the side. Now Favre is strong. He steps up and avoids that, but then the ball slips out of his hand, and then Byron Evans comes in and clears it. But Romanowski in the scheme came clean off the corner.
He wasn't in the neutral zone that time. He was in the backfield. And a 2-minute warning here at Veterans Stadium, and we'll return in a moment. the Dockers halftime. James and Terry will have all the scores and highlights. Plus, they'll take a look at one of the NFL's oldest and greatest rivalries, the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants. That's all coming up next on the Dockers halftime. By the way, the Packers are wearing uniforms from long time ago, 1937. Long before Matt Millen was born. And long before I was born, I might add.
And before Bill Romanowski was born. You can see he came clean on that blitz. It's very well done by the Philadelphia Eagle defense. Well executed.
Second sack of the game by Philadelphia. Second down 12 on the Packer 39. Screen pass to LaShawn Johnson. He's got speed if he gets through. And what a great bit of running by LaShawn Johnson after the catch. Greg Jackson finally brings him down, and a big pickup of 31 yards.
Yeah, they're excited about him. Every time LaShawn Johnson gets in the game, he's in there to get the football. We saw him early in the first quarter. He carried up the middle. Now to get him in the second quarter, they throw the double screen to him outside.
Packers have only one timeout remaining. Favre is going to be rushed and sacked, and Bill Romanowski again coming on in for the Eagles, and that is their third sack of the game.
Romanowski coming off the corner again. And I think Darrell Thompson, you'll see him right here. You'll see Darrell Thompson runs right by him, number 26. See, that's the hot read. If he goes, he's got to pick him. If he doesn't take him, Romanowski gets the sack.
Story on Edgar Bennett, who was shaken up, a bruised shoulder, and they expect that he'll be back in the second half. Second and 14. Johnson goes in motion again, and a tip ball. Myron Evans on the pass. They were trying to go to Sterling Sharp.
They're having to get rid of the ball. They're getting some pressure. They've been coming outside, and they also like to come up the middle. Now, what they like to do is come up the middle to Favre because he sets quick. But they've been having success with showing things in the middle and then bringing Romanowski from the outside. Man who thinks all that is Bud Carson, the defensive coordinator. It's funny, whenever you talk to opposing coaches with Bud Carson, they say, I know Bud's going to show us something that we haven't seen.
And I'm sure that's the case today. On 3rd and 14, Favre has time before he gets hit going, and it's intercepted in the end zone for a touchback. Michael Zordich, and no Packer receivers in view.
Well, there was one in view from here, Sterling Sharp, and it looks to me like Sharp just stopped on the pattern. He tried to break underneath. Favre either misread him or there was poor communication. You're going to watch. He gets down. He's going to break back inside. He makes the safety Jackson and Zordich turn away. They just overthrew him. Had he led Sharp to the left, it could have been a touchdown. But he hung it up under the pressure, and that allows Zordich to make the play.
First interception of the year for Zordich, and each quarterback has thrown an interception in the end zone, and the Packers took advantage of their interception and went 80 yards for the only score of the game. Eagles with 50 seconds to play in the half. On first down, Cunningham has Victor Bailey, who stops the clock after getting a Philadelphia first down.
Don't forget, there's 2 minutes, you can see. He has been just absolutely on fire. 11 of 14, make that 12 of 15 for 200-plus yards. 2 minutes of the first 2 games, he's been unstoppable.
The Eagles have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. They're on their own 32. Barnett. Greg Barnett. And that penalty may be against the Packers. We'll wait. It's a 25-yard gain. And all of a sudden, the Eagles are operating in Green Bay territory if the flag goes against Green Bay.
See what the Eagles have done now. They've spread that Green Bay
defense. Penalties decline. First down.
You can see Bryce pop right up at the top. But what the Eagles are doing is they've gone the 4 wide receivers. They spread the field, and they're running people down to get the separation in the zone. See, Barnett will come through. Mistakes made by the linebackers jumping up on Herschel Walker, and that allows Barnett to settle down right in front of McGill.
Cunningham has completed his last 6 passes, and the Eagles with a first down on the Packer 43. 42 seconds remain. Randall, downfield, incomplete, and he threw it away just before he was caught from behind. Yurkovich and Wilkins were chasing it.
Yeah, well, Reggie White just blew up the middle. They tried to double him. They'll start right here with Lester Holmes, muscle on muscle. He'll take that and get rid of it, and then he's going to get help again from the back, Josephs, and he just runs right through him. And he collapses that pocket, and that forces the bad throw. So even sometimes when Reggie's not making the play, he's making the play.
2nd and 10. 35 seconds remaining. Cunningham rolling for Bailey. Out of bounds. Victor Bailey, defensed by Lenny McGill.
Nice play by McGill, rookie. That's a nice challenge. They're going to go with Bailey. Now the difference this year as opposed to previous years, there's no face guarding. So you just go and you run. You don't have to turn your head back. You know, when the receiver turns and his eyes get big, then you know the ball's coming and you make the play. And you saw where Bailey's foot came down out of bounds.
Undrafted rookie from Arizona State. I'll tell you, some of the Packers secondary and a weakened group back there are playing well today, including McGill. It'll be 3rd down and 10 with 29 seconds remaining in the half. Cunningham gets hit as he lets go of the ball. Reggie White got in there in a hurry. And he's going to help his teammate up, Gilbert Brown.
Yeah. Not only is he beating up their offense, he's beating his own guys up. Watch him come off on Leonard. Now, he jumps right over him. See, now that stuff you can't ever teach. I mean, that's just pure instinct. You talk about instinct with runners. You talk about instinct with the guy in the open field. But that stuff there, it's not like the defensive line coach says, hey, when this guy touches, jump over. You just can't do that.
That's why he was named to the all-defensive team for the 75th anniversary. 4th down and 10. Cunningham chased by White, and his pass is caught by Williams inside the 10. Timeout, Philadelphia.
Hey, what a blast this one is. Hey, we're seeing great defense. Reggie White just abusing people up front. And then you see the greatness of Randall Cunningham, what he can do. Randall Cunningham can be the best quarterback in the National Football League, and he can also be the worst. This is an example of when he's the best. Watch White. They'll try to double him. Now he'll get outside and buy time. Now once he's out there, he sees where he wants to go. Spread the field, throw the ball up, and Calvin Williams comes down with a huge catch.
That's the first catch of the game by Calvin Williams for 34 yards.
See him motioning there? He wants him to get settled in the zone. And then I want you to watch something at the end. Now this is a great throw. Watch Herschel Walker. Now, look for the block. Now he's down. Now the hands go right up. Timeout.
You got to be a heady player to think of the clock, and both Walker and Williams did there. First and goal at the 9.
I'd say it's a little bit excited right there, huh?
And who can blame him? Cunningham did a great job getting away from his former teammate. It is first and goal at the 9 with 12 seconds to go. 2 tight ends for the Eagles. He's got time. Cunningham overthrows Maurice Johnson, who was well covered in the end zone, and again pressure on Cunningham.
Yeah, this time Steve McMichael breaks through, gets his hands up and forces the bad throw. Yeah, McMichael, old Ming as they call him, still loves to play the game and still can play it well. See him breaking up underneath, right through, just using pure power. Gets up in his face and forces the bad throw.
Hey, Randall doesn't mind taking the hit, that's for sure. He has stayed in there all day against terrific pressure by the Packers, and the Eagles will use up their second timeout.
You can see McMichael. He came into the league, and long hair was in fashion, and he stayed so long that it came back in fashion.
And someday those uniforms may come back into fashion.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'll tell you what, Steve McMichael, He's not lost his desire or his love for the game. The other thing is he still trains like a maniac. I was up in training camp to watch him in Green Bay. The guy gets in the weight room after 2-a-days. He throws on 475 and does it for 3. I mean, after you're lifting that long, all those years, your shoulders start to ache, your arms start to hurt, your elbows start to hurt. He just ignores it and keeps on going.
And Michael, a former Bear, now at the Packers, unthinkable years ago. By the way, you saw Reggie White help Gilbert Brown up before. He has a bruised knee. That's the story on Brown. It'll be a 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line, and maybe one more play for the Eagles. They could probably get 3 easily here, at least get on the scoreboard before the half is over. But they're going to try and go for it now. Cunningham's pass knocked away, and a fine play that time by Evans on the pass up the middle.
Tell you what, we're seeing great offense and we're seeing great defense. Cunningham sets quick, that 3 seconds. Now watch Evans work the ball. See that? Keeps his top side on Walker, comes back inside and knocks it away.
Evans making his 2nd start for Roland Mitchell, who had neck surgery. So the kicking unit is in. Eddie Murray, who is 6 for 6 this year. A 27-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So Murray has now made good on 17 consecutive field goals. And with no time remaining, the half is over. The Philadelphia Eagles score after taking advantage of that turnover. And that's the end of the first half. Packers lead the Eagles 7-3. Stay tuned for the Doctors halftime as Fox NFL Sunday continues after these messages from your local station.
All right, and welcome to Doctors Halftime. James Brown along with Terry Bradshaw in Philadelphia. They are at the half, and the Packers are the only team to score right there. Reggie White coming back in a Packers uniform, but Brett Favre got lucky here, Terry.
It's a nice job by Favre stepping up, but Carson, defensive coordinator of the Eagles, said there's no way the wide receivers will beat us. They'll have to do it with the backs and the tight end. 37-yard reception by a running back, Cobb, out of the backfield for the Packers. Excellent job by Favre stepping up, peripheral vision, saw Cobb in the left side, and got him the football.
Favre has got to have another weapon other than Sterling Sharp.
Yeah, I've said this, and I'll say it time and time again. I love Brett Favre. I love the concept that Mike Holmgren has for the Green Bay Packers. But when he has developed tunnel vision. He is constantly looking for Sterling Sharp. He throws an interception later on in the 2nd quarter, but all he had to do was look earlier, look in the left side. There was a man wide open, but he tried to squeeze it in to Sterling Sharp. Once you get 2 receivers you can trust, then all of a sudden you become more a complete quarterback. You spread your eyes around the whole football field.
Okay, and a late field goal right now, updating that score. The Packers lead it by the score of 7-3. All right, bringing you up to date on the rest of the scores around the National Football League. The Vikings under Denny Green 4-0 against the Bears. Take a look at the referees.
Golfers.
Uniforms.
Golfers. I knew they were golfers. Play action. McDaniel, 64, out in the flat. A guard in the backfield. Oh, say it ain't so. Maurice Douglas right there, moved through it off his back foot. Bad play. Now, hand off to Terry Allen. Beautiful job here. 12-yard TD run. Don't forget, 2 years ago, this man rushed for over 1,200 yards.
And looked good on that 12-yard run there, and the score there, of course, 10-0 at halftime. New Orleans and Tampa Bay. New Orleans trying to keep from going 0-3 for the first time since 1980. Right now, leading that one 9-7. Greg Erickson has done a good job here.
Excellent job. This must be their oldies but goodies uniforms. Same ones I've always seen. Play action, flow away. Everybody went to the right. Harris, he came across to the left. And a nice job by young Erickson, who is really developing into quite an NFL quarterback.
And as far as you're concerned, as long as he's playing, keep the high-priced rookie on the bench.
Well, I don't know. If he's a high-priced rookie on the bench, think about all the money young Craig can make. See?
Oh, boy, you're changing up on me right now. Boy, I knew Terry would do that. Let me bring some other scores. Again, the Saints lead there at 9-7. Other scores that pass along to you. Cardinals have yet to score. Buddy Ball doing the job defensively, but not offensively. Hey, that guy can do it on
that guy can do it. They need him. Testaverde, 4 interceptions last week. He said, it was no fluke. I can show you I can do it again. Ha-ha. Aeneas Williams right there picks off the first one. Jim McMahon, he comes in. Berline, he doesn't even make the trip. They put him on the active roster. And then Antonio Langan, don't forget, this guy is a great defensive back out of the University of Alabama. He picks off McMahon. Buddy only cares about defense, and he loves guys that have played for him before. But McMahon is a backup, not in a starting role. And for the life of me, can I understand not bringing Berline
Quickly,
along.
what should Buddy do offensively then?
Well, leave it alone.
Oh, my
leave it alone, my God. Leave it alone. Bring Berline back.
Sounds like a simple response. All right, let's move along the rest of the way. We see the Cardinals have yet to score. Again, that's at halftime. The Jets and Miami. Miami leading that one 14-0. The Jets have won 5 of the last 6 in that contest there. Buffalo and Houston. Steve Christie, 3 field goals accounts for the difference. The Oilers have yet to score. Indianapolis and Pittsburgh. Barry Foster, 16 carries, 100 yards in the first half. And the updated score there, the Steelers lead it by a field goal. New England and Cincinnati, that game taking place in Cincinnati, and they're all tied at 13 apiece. Marion Butts, 3 touchdown runs in 2 games, a 3-yarder here. Back with more in a bit.
Back at Veterans Stadium, where the Green Bay Packers lead the Philadelphia Eagles at the half, 7-3. And this first half highlight is brought to you by MCI Proof Positive, the only touchdown in the game.
Yeah, the interesting thing here is watching William Thomas, 51. Now, once Favre comes up, that forces him back inside, which clears Cobb out in the flat. And then you'll watch Cobb as he tries to set up Eric Allen. He'll break back inside to give himself room to the outside, and then a poor job of tackling by Allen and a great job of running by Reggie Cobb.
I don't understand it, Matt. Scoring is up in the league. I'm working with a defensive player, and all we're getting is good defensive games in the first couple of weeks of the year.
Well, I think it's been well played on both sides of the football. You're getting Reggie White getting pressure and Eric Allen making some nice the passes defensed, and then you're getting pressure on both sides. I think you're getting good defensive play on both sides.
Pretty even game. You look at the halftime statistics, that's about as even as you'll find for halftime numbers, including time of possession and total yardage, first downs, and so forth. And the turnovers, both teams have capitalized on their turnovers.
Speaking to Mike Holmgren yesterday and speaking for his defense, he said, you know, Randall Cunningham has had success outside of the pocket. And that's what we want to try to prevent him from doing. We want to keep him in the pocket and throw from inside. On the other side, Richie Kotite knows that and says, look, what we're going to try to do is try to throw on quick rhythm from inside the pocket.
Give y'all my flag.
Mitch Berger will kick off. It'll be a while before Cunningham will get his hands on the ball. The Packers will get the ball first. Corey Harris and Marcus Wilson are back deep for the Packers. Kick will go out of bounds.
That's the best return you could get.
Yeah, great field position for Green Bay coming up.
See, Brett Favre today, they talked about throwing the ball downfield, but the majority of this offense is 0 to 5. You can see 8 out of 13 under 5 yards. Now, when we say under 5, that's where they're breaking the pattern off, not where they end. And then 4 to 6, he's gone deep 3 times. This is important. This is an important stat to try to force it deep to open up the intermediate game.
And the Packers and Favre will start out on their 40-yard line after the kick went out of bounds. Reggie Cobb is the lone running back. 2 tight ends for the Packers, and they're going to run the ball. Fumble. The Eagles have it. And it's Michael Zordich with his second turnover pickup of the game.
And you wonder why a safety is in the backfield that fast. Well, it's because they're very aggressive. They're playing to the line of scrimmage, and he comes flying up. Zordich, the Penn State safety, just comes through. Now watch the head right on the ball, right there. That's William Fuller. Fuller's coming back inside because of a stunt they'd run. And now here comes Zordich. 2 bounces, and he rumbles and stumbles, but they got the ball.
Why'd you mention Penn State?
It just kind of slipped out. Probably because they're doing so well. This could be Kajana Carter right here, running with the football.
Good recruiting. You're doing a good job today.
Thank you very much.
Antiques in recruiting for Penn State. First down, Randall Cunningham spins around, and he finds James Joseph, but so do the Packers find Joseph. And a loss thanks to Reggie White's aggressive play.
And a nice play by Bryce Pop. You know, it's funny, Bryce Pop is like the Edgar Bennett of the defense for the Green Bay Packers. When you put the tapes on with him, this guy always shows up. He's always seems to be making a play. He's got great instincts. He's out there, and he understands where everybody else is, knows where his help comes from, and he knows what he has to do to make his job get done well.
Third down and 13 from the Packer 30. Second down and 13. Pass up the middle inside the 25 to Joseph, who's hit immediately by Fred Strickland. Pop also involved on the play.
Well, you know what surfaces more now with Cunningham is patience. Yeah, he is more content now to get a small part of it back instead of trying to make the big play back. Like here, you know, he'll go to 3rd and 7 and try and force to get the first down and run the risk of having 3rd and long.
You know, even in that loss to the Giants in the opening game of the year, the offensive line didn't quite do its job, but Randall did throw for over 300 yards in that one. 3rd and 7. Pressure on Cunningham and a great catch by inside the 10.
Hey, this is good football. This is good defense. You got pressure. You got Cunningham standing in the pocket with patience. You have the ball gone and had some zip on it. You got Joseph with a great catch. Now watch the protection. Remember, we're talking about getting rid of it quicker. Still under 3 seconds. There's some zip in the ball, and Joseph with a great catch at the end. And then strong, powerful running. Watch the catch. Put that paw up, pull it right down, and then back inside. Now watch Hout come up. Run right through it. It's good all-around play.
6 catches for 38 yards for James Joseph and a first down at the 11-yard line. Cunningham fires to Barnett, who gets to the 1. And the play was blown dead at the 1-yard line. Doug Evans covering on the play. Again, you want to talk about quick release. Barnett was right there, and it'll be close to the first down. Eagles could get a first down without scoring when they started the last play.
Freddie Barnett has really impressed me. He came off that knee, and that's usually a 2-year injury, but he plays like nothing's ever happened. Heck, he's running, jumping, doing all the stuff that he usually does.
Made a great comeback, over 100 yards last week. 2nd and 1. Herschel Walker. And Walker may have the first down, and that's all the Eagles really wanted on that play. A new set of downs, and Hawk, who's starting his first NFL games, arguing with Randall Cunningham. Well, he's getting into the action quickly.
Hey, he's not afraid. He's from Big Timber, Montana. I talked to him last night, and he said, look, I'm from South Central Montana. I said, is that like South Central L.A.? He said, no. He said, there must be gangs. Oh, you can see him in low.
How many gangs do they have?
He said there's 2 gangs, the hunting gang and the fishing gang. See, now Cunningham knows he's got a little DB, so he can grab him and start to be a tough guy. But Houck's not going to back down. Incidentally, I didn't like that. I didn't like that Houck went in low like that. I don't know what his thinking would have been.
That's how close it is for the first down.
And it's short.
By an inch.
No, by a link. Missed it by, that's well smart. Missed it by that much.
Well, the Eagles threatening, taking advantage of the Packer fumble.
There's Fritz Sherman, defensive coordinator of the Green Bay Packers.
3rd down and a link.
It was the missing link.
Cunningham. He'll have the first down, I'm sure. He got more than a link that time, but he did not cross the plane, and it should be a first down for the Eagles when they unfold it all.
Remember, you play Randall Cunningham in the short yardage situations. Yeah, they're giving him 4th down now. They're saying he did not get it, but now he's waving him off.
Now the other official said, wait a minute.
Yes.
We're going to measure again.
You could hear Gary Lane say 4th down, and the other officials say, hold on. But Randall Cunningham in short yardage, he'll always take a drop step and then come off one of the guards.
They got to have it. They have to have it with only a few inches from the goal line, I would think. Maybe not. Plenty of time, plenty of room.
Now, this is what Randall Cunningham likes to do. Watch, he'll take the drop step, see the step, and then he'll come and just get behind his guard, and he'll just kind of slide. And as it opens, he'll fall in.
Joseph, Walker, and O'Neal with O'Neal on the wing. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Randall Cunningham, and now tempers flare again. And a penalty flag comes flying as well. The Eagles have scored the touchdown, and they have their first lead of the game.
He just dives over the top.
And the Eagles lead it now 9-7, and Eddie Murray is out to try to give the Eagles a 10-7 lead, and he does. The kick is good. Randall Cunningham taking advantage of the turnover. There he is, crossing the plane face-to-face with a defender. The Eagles lead the Packers 10-7. Packers receiving the kickoff, and it's going to be Corey Harris. And a big play there by number 57, Mark Woodard. The Eagles are in a roused bunch right now.
Yeah, they got a lot of excitement going because of what Randall Cunningham did on the goal line. Now watch his eyes. Watch the eyes where he knows where he's going to go, and then he knows he's going to get hit. See the eyes get big? Now here comes the hitter. So put your head down. Goes right under Willis, and that gets him in the end zone. That's a beautiful shot.
Earl Dodson has replaced Paul Hutchins at right tackle. The Eagles have been perfect in the red zone so far this year. First down on the 23. Favre lost the ball. Completes it to Brooks. Packers were very lucky there, and Brett Favre got a perfect bounce.
Yeah, that's the second time this year that's happened. Ball slipped out of his hands last. He's laughing. He can't believe it. Yeah, ball slipped out. He picked it back up. Threw it again for a loss of 1.
Packers are shaken up at right tackle. Paul Hutchins has the bruised knee, and Dodson has replaced him. And of course, they also lost their starter, Joe Sims, who had a sprained left arch. So they've been banged up on that side. Second down and 11 on the 22. Favre pass. No, it's dropped by Sharp. Sterling Sharp has had the drop today.
Third drop of the day. He's working McMillan. He'll drive upfield, break outside. This ball's where it's got to be. There's no excuse for that. None.
Sharp, only 4 catches thus far for 26 yards.
And 3 drops. At least 7 opportunities. It's not a good day.
Third down and 11. LaShawn Johnson, the lone back, with 4 wide receivers. And Favre goes down again. Bert Grossman with his second sack of the year at number 4 for the Philly defense today.
Oh, Big Bert. You know, he's a guy, he says, look, I don't want anybody to hit me. I don't want to hit anybody. I just want to get to the quarterback.
That's actually his 3rd of the year, to tie him with William Fuller for the club leadership. Craig Hendrick will kick for the 3rd time. Seidner and Bailey. Not a long kick, not a good kick, and a fair catch called for by Victor Bailey in Packer territory. So once again, the Philadelphia Eagles have momentum on their side, and the ball in Green Bay territory after the 31-yard kick. Aerial shots of today's Fox NFL Sunday and the surrounding Philadelphia area provided by the MetLife Blimp. Snoopy won.
I think Snoopy may have gained some weight because he's tipping that blimp. I think he lost his equilibrium there.
Don't ever tip your blimp.
Don't tip your blimp. They tipped it last week and it ended on the ground up in New York.
Eagles start from the 45 of the Packers after the 31-yard punt, and there's a fake to Calvin Williams. And a Good block by James Joseph on the other side.
Yeah, but very well done by George Kuntz, 53. That's a beautiful cat and mouse job. You know you're outside with no help at all. You have to buy time. The reverse is going to come back. He's going to come all the way back. And now Kuntz, 53, sees it. Now he's got one man in front of him. And look at, no help. Look at this. Now watch, cat and mouse. See this? Just buy some time, throw up, and come back. Very well done by George Kuntz.
And a gain of only 5 with that trickery. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the 40. Here's Joseph, who is hit high and low for a short gain. And right now, let's return to James Brown in our Hollywood studio. JB.
Hey, Dick, Minnesota is rubbing it in Chicago's face. Eric Kramer is picked off. Number 1 draft pick, Dwayne Washington, youngest starting quarterback that is in the league, 81-yard return for the touchdown. Minnesota on top, 28-0. Back to Dick and Matt.
Big game for Dennis Green and the Vikings at Soldier Field today.
And a big down right here for the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers.
3rd down and 8. 2 tight ends. Barnett in motion. 3 tight ends now, and Cunningham's pass caught. They'll have the 1st down, and Fred Barnett is the man again.
That was all Fred Barnett. That ball is thrown behind him, and he just uses that body part awareness. That's called the kinesthetic sense. See that? Come all the way back inside. That's not easy to do. That's a hard throw to come back on and make the catch because Cunningham had some zip on it.
Barnett, the leading receiver for the Eagles, gives them a 1st down on the Packer 33. Under 8 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Cunningham throws the ball away just before he was hit. Barnett was the receiver downfield, but Cunningham just got rid of it with pressure coming up.
Well, he had a lot of time to throw the football. It's because everybody was covered. But watch the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line. You're going to see everybody, first of all, boom, get the hands up. Now, look, that's a good job. There's all kinds of time. You got the pocket for him. No place to throw the football, and that allows Kuntz to make his 3rd play, give them a pressure in the last 4 plays.
Last 2 possessions for the Eagles have started in Packer territory. They face a 2nd down 10. Cunningham takes off. Flag down on maybe a late hit, and Cunningham is angry.
Yeah, they corralled him.
Corey Harris. Randall picks up 12.
They're going to give it unnecessary. But you know, you saw right there, Randall Cunningham, in his interview with James Brown prior to the game,
Personal foul, number 20 on the defense. Unnecessary roughness, 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
and he talked about now, as Corey Harris gets him around the neck, now that's what they're calling, man. He kept it going. But he's saying now he'll go down. He won't try to run through somebody. And it's what Jim Plunkett told me years ago when he first watched Randall Cunningham. He said, there are a lot of good old throwing quarterbacks, but there aren't any good old run quarterbacks.
Wants to survive is all you want to do. By the way, they said 20, but they meant 30, Corey Harris. 1st down, Eagles on the Packer 11. Handoff inside to Herschel Walker. It'll be 2nd down with 7:15 to go. Eagles in front, 10-7. As the Eagles have taken advantage of a Packer turnover and scored a touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
Big John Yurkovich down there in the middle of that pile. And there's a player who understands and plays with great awareness. Knows where everybody is around him and understands his role. John Yurkovich, one of my favorite players in the league. And that's a great shot.
2nd down and 8 on the 9. Cunningham's pass. Calvin Williams took a hit after that ball sailed by, incomplete.
And he got some pressure from Yurkovich. Now, as a nose guard, you know, you're going to watch him right here. You know that you're always going to be double teamed. And that's his job. So he'll take up 2 to free up 1. And then at the end, he'll work to the outside and get the pressure and force the throws.
There's your man, Yurkovich. 3rd down and 8. They can get a first down without scoring. Cunningham swings it out. Pass thrown a little bit too hard for Herschel Walker.
Well, he had to throw it because my guy Yurkovich was right there again. He went with the old Freddie the Flintstone dipsy doodle spin. Watch him right in here. Okay, he's going to take, he'll start. Now watch the spin. Yeah, he saw that on the Flintstones. I know it.
You're just saying that about him because he said that you're his favorite.
If he did, he made a mistake.
That's why you'll be talking about him all day. 26-yard attempt by Eddie Murray, who was successful earlier on a 26-yard field goal. And the kick is good. Eddie Murray, now a perfect 8 for 8 on the year, extends the Eagles' lead to 13-7 over the Packers. Yes, indeed. Fox NFL Sunday. More to follow after the game. 3rd and 2 at the 47. Cunningham fires to Barnett. No, they say he is out of bounds. He had a foot out of bounds, and it'll go incomplete, and Barnett doesn't believe it.
That looked like the same old Fred Barnett. Boy, they got an argument going on down there. He was never out of bounds. He was never out of bounds. That's the acrobatic. Now he has control. 1 foot down, 2 feet. That's a catch. I'm sorry.
He got more than that.
Oh, heck. That's a catch. That's a bad call by the official.
And there are other officials around the ball. I know they don't have replay anymore, but I'll tell you what. The thing is to make the right decision even without replay.
Well, I know he wants to make the right decision, but I can't even say why.
Oh, no, maybe he didn't.
He didn't have control. That's what he's saying.
But he should give the signal of lack of control.
When the ball comes down, he has control. No, he doesn't have control. No, not that one. He does have control. I'm going to tell you something. Just the fact that we have to have slow motion to see that.
From several angles.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, forget it. The ref blew it. 4th down. It's Burger King.
Tell you, the Packers haven't been able to figure that out yet. That's the second time that Otis Smith has downed a punt inside the 5-yard line.
Let's watch this Fred Barnett catch or non-catch. Well, it's a catch. At regular speed.
Oh, he made it easily.
And 28. You're going to be getting a letter from the league this week.
And another penalty against Philadelphia, and that's going to nullify the great special teams hustle by Otis Smith and company. So we're going to have a re-kick. You know, if there are other officials, Matt, who saw the fact that that was a good catch, they should go over and change it regardless of what that official does.
Well, and that's why they had that little conference on the sideline. But it has to be a definitive look. And if you don't have that, then you have to go with the judgment call.
Charles Jordan is back deep for the Packers. Low snap for Berger. Fair catch by Jordan at the 17. So that's like a 15-yard improvement from what it would have been had the Eagles not been penalized.
Well, the Packers dodge a major obstacle right there, because that was a first down, and at the very least you got to think they're going to have the opportunity for a field goal. And now instead they have the opportunity with 7:55 to go back and really take the lead.
Yeah, Barnett is saying, I caught the ball and my feet were in bounds, and it looked that way even on the regular replay. it's first down on their 18.
Coming back. Earl Dodson.
Pass is caught, and the flag is down. Robert Brooks makes the catch, but there is a holding penalty against Green Bay.
Earl Dodson just raped William Fuller, the left defensive end. Fuller starts up top, watching him start, and then come back inside. And Earl Dodson, 72, just puts the hook on. See up, back inside. Now he just yanks him down. That's a good call.
Dodson, who's had to come into play in place of the injured Paul Hutchins. And Hutchins out with a sprained knee. It'll be first down and 19. And the penalty flag is thrown, and it's against.
Number 86, hard in the snap, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
And it caught Ed West moving in his stance after he was set. Once you're down in that 3-point, you can't move. Watch, you see him right down here, number 86. He's down in his stance. Here comes the motion, and he gave him on the okey-doke, so he caught him. You see Bill Romanowski, he moved screaming like a nut.
So it's first and 23, and the crowd getting louder near that end of Veterans Stadium. LaShawn Johnson, the running back. Favre's quick toss to Morgan, and he's hit by Miano. Good play by Rich Miano, did not allow a further gain as they bring it out to the 12-yard line and a gain of 7.
And a nice catch by Morgan. I mean, he didn't have any chance even to think. He just stuck his hands up, got his hands on it, and Miano stuck him.
They're going to bring Cobb back into the lineup. That's Byron Evans, who's getting the call from Bud Carson. Second down and 16. Favre has gone up top for Sharp. Oh! What a catch! He's done it again and gets double coverage.
And that was vintage Sterling Sharp. You know what you don't see? You know, they didn't call it. This should have been offensive pass interference on Sharp. Watch Zordich, 36, come into your screen, and watch the elbow by Sharp. His left elbow. Watch him give a push. Look. Get out of the way. That's my ball. See the push? And then come back.
But Sterling Sharp is a strong wide receiver, as strong as you'll find. 48 yards and a first down at the Eagle 40. Over 100 yards today for Sharp. Flag down again. And another one goes down, and I wonder whether they might call a grounding penalty.
3 of them. There's another one. Late just to get in the act, he threw another one. These guys are going to have bursitis by the end of the day.
We have had a penalty-filled game. Sharp, by the way, that's his 25th career 100-yard reception game. There, 2 flags, and they're pretty close together. Gary Lane.
Multiple fouls.
I guess.
Ineligible receiver, number 76 downfield.
Harry
That
Goldman.
penalty's declined. 12 men on the offense. That penalty's accepted. 5-yard penalty. Remain first down.
Heck, if you can't beat him with 11, you throw 12 out there. See if you can sneak one by.
Now, is that against the rules?
I think it is. Yeah.
16 penalties, 8 for each side. Yardage just about even.
Now, don't forget, those are the penalties that have been accepted. There have been 3 penalties that have been declined.
Packers still with the ball in Eagles territory. Now first and 15 on the Philadelphia 45 with 5:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. Favre has Bennett. And Bennett is wrestled down by William Thomas.
Leonard Renfro just got dished by Frank Winters at the end of that play. Renfro just started to put the brakes on to get, slow down a little bit. And here comes Frank Winters and just drilled him.
That was an 11-yard pickup for the Packers.
Frank Winters is a scrappy guy. He doesn't have great abilities, but he knows what he has to do, and he'll fight you and scratch and do whatever he has to get the job done.
Second down and 4. Eagles in front, 13-7. Favre's pass. Drop. Head west. How many drops? Must be at least 6 today.
The second one by West, 3 by Sharp. There's a bunch of them.
Throw another one in.
Just for good measure. You can't do that. It just kills the continuity.
Don't forget the second game of our Fox doubleheader. The Redskins and the Giants. A big traditional NFC East battle. 49ers and Rams. They go way back, except in Philadelphia and Los Angeles. 3rd and 4. And Favre is going to be...
Hey, what a play!
What a play! William Thomas had him for a sack, and Favre managed to throw it away, but it's 4th down nonetheless.
Boy, that's where you see the strength of Favre. I mean, he managed to get away. This is pure strength. I mean, this reminds me of Roman Gabriel, Terry Bradshaw. Look at that. Put the stiff arm up there, turn away from it, keep on going, and then has the presence to flip it away. That's a big-time play.
Loss of 13 yards. Said he was down. He was in the grasp of Thomas, and the kick by Hendrick. And Jeff Seidner with a fair catch. And this time the Packers keep the ball in play.
There's been some great special teams play also today.
Corey Harris was down there along with Mike Pryor.
Otis Smith caught 2 inside the 5. Nolan Cromwell, the special team coach, just saw Corey Harris make an outstanding play inside the 3-yard line.
The Eagles have done it a couple of times today, and now it's the Packers' turn. So now with the score, 13-7 Philadelphia, 5:03 to go. Packers have a chance to really cause havoc for the Eagles if their defense comes up big here.
Yeah, and this is the time as a player that you just love the game. The crowd's into it. You have them backed up. If you're on offense, you pull your drawers up. You're going to start to come off the ball. If you're on defense and you're Reggie White, this is why they pay you. This is what it's all about. Make the big play.
Ball is at the 2-yard line. And Vaughn Hebron. Flag is down. Vaughn Hebron dives forward to the 10. That was a big run on 1st down.
Yeah, but Reggie White is going to make the play again. And it's because it's going to be a holding call on Broderick Thompson. He can't control it. Yeah, he's screaming at him, but I tell you, Reggie White flew off the ball, just took him. Watch him right up top. Watch Reggie come off on Thompson. Thompson will have to catch him and try to muscle him. See how the hand, see that? See, he couldn't control him with the pure strength, so he tried to dish him. So again, without making the tackle, he makes the play.
He's done that all day for the Packers. And I'll tell you what, Hebron wouldn't have gained anything if it weren't for that hold on that side. It'll be 1st down and 11. The ball on the 1-yard line. And Hebron gets it out to the 5. McMichael on the tackle, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
You watch Vaughn Hebron, and it just looks like he's moving at a different speed than everybody else. And it just begs the question, where the heck has he been all game? You have a guy who has that kind of electricity and that kind of movement, and he doesn't show up until the 4th quarter. I don't understand it.
Correction, it's 2nd down following the penalties. 2nd down and 7 on the 5-yard line. Hebron carried only twice last week. Right, we haven't seen him till now. Cunningham in his end zone. Passes incomplete. It was tipped. Fred Strickland covering downfield.
Good job by Strickland. And what Strickland did was he got enough depth in the zone so that if the quarterback is going to make that completion or attempt that throw, he has to throw it high. No hold right here on McMichael, none at all. But then the ball's thrown. Now watch, the ball has to be thrown high enough to get over Strickland. And that's a beautiful job of Strickland getting up there and tipping it and making it a really difficult throw.
And a big play for the Packer defense here with 4:10 remaining. 3rd down and 7. Cunningham has time. And Randall runs for the 1st down. Big play for the Eagles.
He wasn't looking to fall either. He was looking for that first the whole way. He took off. He made up his mind. Very decisive. Watch White come back inside. Crush the pocket. Now move outside. Now look, he took that ball away. He was not looking to throw it all. And then he ran away. That's very good job of Cunningham making a decision and getting the 1st down.
Cunningham has carried 4 times for 30 yards and went into the game as the 2nd leading rusher behind Herschel Walker, and a big 1st down with 3:49 remaining.
And also a touchdown today on the quarterback sneak.
And that's the only rushing score that the Eagles have managed all year. I want to remind you, at the end of this game, Matt and I will select the Miller Lite player of the game. And the Packers have called timeout. Packers timeout. They have 1 remaining. Well, Reggie White has done what he could do coming back. He said it was like having something stolen from you when he left Philadelphia. But he said that Jeff Lurie, the new owner of the Eagles, told him, he says, until we ever find anyone that can fill your shoes in number 92, no one will ever wear that uniform. And I don't think anyone ever will. And that was front page and stories in the sports section all week long. 1st and 10 on the 20. Hebron, the running back. Good yardage for Hebron as the Eagles use the clock.
Yeah, and they also used Reggie White on that. They came back and they double-teamed Reggie, and they just blew him right off the ball. Watch White, 92. They're running right at him. Watch the double team they get on him. Roderick Thompson right there and Mark Bavaro, and they just power him. Pull him off the ball. Yeah, and that's a good lesson to be learned. Nobody's Superman in this league. Everybody gets their rear end handed to them sooner or later, but the key is to come back and make a play right afterwards.
2nd down and 3. Everett, close to the necessary yardage. Tim Hawk making the tackle. Want to remind you, coming up next, 2nd half of our Fox doubleheader, the Redskins and the Giants, or the 49ers and the LA Rams. Deion Sanders makes his debut for the Niners. Giants try to remain undefeated against the Redskins, and that was enough for a Philadelphia 1st down with about 2.5 minutes remaining.
Richie Kotite saying, we're going to run, and we're going to run right at Reggie White.
1st down on the 31-yard line. Hebron carries. Packers led at the half, 7-3. But Randall Cunningham with a 1-yard run, and Ed Murray with his 2nd field goal of the game, the only scoring in the 2nd half, to give the Eagles a 13-7 lead, and the Packers are going to use up their last timeout here. Well, we've seen some great pictures from above today, and the MetLife Blimp Snoopy 1 cruising above Veterans Stadium, providing a good aerial coverage of today's Fox NFL Sunday. Snoopy 1, by the way, travels over 60,000 miles a year to cover sporting events and television specials across the United States.
And that's the kind of picture we've been getting all day. Those are beautiful shots up there, guys.
Well, the Packers are out of timeout, although they get another clock stoppage with the 2-minute warning. Turnovers, have been a factor today. The Packers have turned the ball over 3 times, and the Eagles have capitalized all 3 occasions.
Penalties also have been a factor today. Remember the return by Robert Brooks that was called back.
Brett Favre with a better performance today than last week. 2nd down and 8. Extra tight ends, 3 of them for the Eagles. Cunningham loses the ball.
Sean Jones picked it up. What a major break for the Green Bay Packers.
You know, this is unbelievable.
I cannot believe I just saw that.
This reminds me of the Joe Pisarcik handoff that Herman Edwards recovered in the Eagle-Giant game many years ago. Why not hand off?
They're going to go with the naked boot. Now, he should have just fallen, but McMichael grabs him. Don Davey drills him, and then watch the effort by Sean Jones. You see how he did that? See, he leaned back in to get the body, allowing him to get position on the ball.
A stunning development when all the Eagles needed to do is hand the ball off and wait for the 2-minute warning.
You know what happened? The athletic ability of Randall Cunningham just hurt him because he was able to avoid the rush and try to get the ball out, and that made him fumble.
And now the Packers have a 1st down on the Eagle 11-yard line. Brett Favre pass is caught by Brooks at the 6.
Unbelievable.
And the Packers, trailed by 6, can take the lead with a touchdown and an extra point. Our 2-minute warning right here at Veterans Stadium. Unbelievable. Back here at Veterans Stadium in shades of 1978, when Joe Pisarcik, just running out the clock, tried a handoff, and Herman Edwards picked it up. Here's the play again.
Now watch how Cunningham's athletic ability hurts him. The lesser athlete wouldn't have been able to avoid Jones, but because he did, he gave him a fumble.
2nd down and 4 on the 5-yard line. Here's the fade. Knocked away by McMillan. It was beyond the end zone anyway, intended for Sharp. And that'll bring up 3rd down.
And they're going to go to the mismatch. What the Green Bay Packers thinks is a mismatch. They're going to go with the physical Sharp on McMillan, the small guy. And they're just going to run the fade. But look at all the bumping going on there. That's good. I'm the official. Let it play.
Remember, the Packers need a touchdown, not a field goal here. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
So it's 2-down territory yet.
Wilner, the tight end, splits to the left. And the pass. And Jeff Wilner, who is an undrafted rookie from Division III Wesleyan in Connecticut, tried to make the catch on the rebound. Eric Allen defending, and now it is 4th down. It's all right here. Green pass to Bennett.
Surprising call by the Green Bay Packers.
That they didn't go into the end zone.
Well, not only that they didn't throw to the end zone, but that they never used Favre's ability to buy some time with his feet to let everything develop.
Otis Smith was all over Edgar Bennett, and the Eagles will take over on downs. Packers never had a chance on that play. And a big play for the Eagles, and they avoided an incredible embarrassment following that turnover. Pack out of timeouts. And the Eagles, if they don't try anything fancy, are going to eke out the victory here. players of the game. We're going to say players today, the Philadelphia Eagles' big defense.
And that was a cooperative effort, let me tell you. Their linebackers played great. Evans with the interception. The secondary played great. William Thomas outside. Romanowski, people up front. Really, that whole front of the Philadelphia Eagles played exceptional today. When they needed big plays, they got them. When they had to stop them, they did. Hats off to the Eagle defense.
And Matt, how about people like Otis Smith and Miano, the nickel and dime backs?
And you know where else they showed up also? They also showed up on special teams. Remember, the majority of your special teams is made up of your defensive people, and they came through in a big way today.
So the Philadelphia Eagles will raise their record to 2-1 and go into the bye week. And for Reggie White, coming back to Philadelphia winds up as a disappointment, as the Packers will now go 1-2 on the year. And they will face Tampa Bay at Lambeau Field next week.
And the other guy comes up big for the Eagles. And those safeties played well. Greg Jackson, Mike Jordan. All year, defense. But Mark McMillan, the corner, the little guy, 29, played very, very well.
So the Philadelphia Eagles have beaten the Green Bay Packers. So our Matt Millen, I'm Dick Stockton saying so long from Veterans Stadium. The final score, the Eagles 13 and the Packers 7. Coming up next, most of you will see the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants, and others will see the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. You are watching Fox Sports coverage of the NFL.